Same time, another tornado in St. Charles Parish decimated several communities there.
That's right. One person died in the town of Kelowna. The town of Muntz was also heavily damaged. Leah McNeil is in St. Charles Parish with more on the damage there. Leah.
Well, Leslie, I'm here at the Office of Emergency Preparedness, where folks here are getting ready to get back out and start surveying the damage and really get an idea and a full picture of what that tornado caused out here. We already know there was one death out here and 8 people injured. Now, joining me now is the parish president, Mr. Matthew Jewell. I know you guys have pretty much been working throughout the night, and we're on the scene immediately helping out community members right after their tornado hit. What happens now?
Look, the most important thing now is to figure out what the needs are for those people whose homes were damaged or destroyed, and making sure that they have accommodations and they have the things that they need, whether that's clothes, food, shelter, toys for Christmas. It's important to make sure that we're taking care of those residents right now. Those residents, the most damage that we saw was along Schoolhouse Road in Kelowna, and then we have some damage in Muntz. So making sure to get a census of those people is the most important thing today.
Now, I know just driving in, we saw a lot of that damage. Do you have a count on so far how many homes or properties have had some damage?
We did an initial assessment last night, and I believe there's about 30 catastrophic structures just along the Schoolhouse Road and then in Muntz. So about 25 in Kelowna and about 5, we believe, in Muntz. By the time we were able to get out there last night when the scene was safe, it was dark. So we're going to go do another assessment this morning. And so we're going to have folks from Planning and Zoning, Public Works, and the various departments, the Sheriff's Office as well, is going to be out there to help us do that assessment.
I know just driving out here, we saw a lot of that debris, but also some of those blue tarps still on people's, roofs, still kind of recovering after Hurricane Ida. How are you all feeling after yet another devastating hit to your community?
Well, you said it. It's devastating, and many of these residents were recovering from Hurricane Ida, and this is putting them back to square one. And in some ways, I think that it's a lot worse. When I went out there yesterday, homes that had survived Ida are gone now. Trailers that have survived Ida are gone. And so this is a much worse situation for a lot of people. And we saw a lot of FEMA trailers that were blown over. So it just shows you that this was a community still recovering, and now it's just back to square one. And then, this is on the heels of a EF1 tornado we saw 3 weeks ago in Paradis. So a lot of turbulent weather lately, and it's definitely not something that this community needs right now.
Now, I know the schools are open as of right now. What do you want your community to know moving forward as you guys continue to, pick up the pieces once again?
Yeah, schools are open. Our school system did a great job yesterday after the storm assessing the damage to make sure all of our schools were safe. They did that and put out information that the kids would be going back to school. Right now, the most important thing is to help reach out and lift up the folks in St. Charles Parish that are in need right now. That's the great thing about our parish, is that we always come together no matter what to help each other out, and we're resilient here. So we're going to be getting information out to the public today on ways to help donate about the things I talked about, whether that's monetarily to the United Way or whether that's tangible donations like food and clothing. We're going to have all that set up today in coordination with some of those folks I talked about.
Okay, sounds good. Well, Mr. Jewell, thank you so much for joining us. We'll let you go and get back to work. We'll have more for you guys out here in St. Charles Parish and more of that damage that we've been seeing across the area. For now, reporting live, Leah McNeil, Eyewitness News.
And Leah, when you were driving around the parish, I mean, the damage there was extensive, and that, bad enough where it killed a woman and sent 8 other people to the hospital.
Yeah, Eric, even just driving in, you could see just debris wrapped around trees, power lines leaning over. There's just debris everywhere. So it's going to be a long recovery process for this community, especially recovering after Ida. You just heard the parish president say, this community was still healing, and some of those homes that survived Ida are now gone. So definitely, this community has a lot of healing too. But as always, as we do here in Louisiana, we always stick together and we always pull through stronger than we were before.
All right, Leah, thank you very much. Appreciate that.